Hi, hello, how are you? This is Mohammed Rafi, my dear friends, faculty on indirect taxes. Let's start now. Case scenario oriented MCQs. Recently, ICAI issued for CA Intermediate paper number 3 taxation, section B for goods and services tax, MCQs booklet. Case scenario oriented approach, comprehensive nature of MCQs, highly relevant for our coming examination of May 2025, September 2025, as well as January 2026 examination. Let's start now one by one. Before commencing, I am telling you, my dear, you should first compare the syllabus of CA Intermediate Taxation, Section B, Goods and Service Tax. Then refer the booklet. Easy to understand because the comprehensive nature, it consists of combination of chapters. Otherwise, simply listen from my side. I am going to explain elaboratively the how A, B, C, D, which is right with the provision I will explain to you. Is clear? Let's start now, my dear friends. Reading as follows. Case scenario number 1. Reading here. Manavta Trust is a charitable trust registered under Section 12AB of the Income Tax Act 1961. The trust is well known for its educational, charitable, and religious activities. The trust became liable to registration under the GST in the current financial year since it exceeded the threshold limit for registration and thus registered in the state of Gujarat in the month of May. From this particular first para, what we understand, previous year, this Manavta Trust is an uninsured person. They are registered in the current year in the month of May. We came to know. Further, in the month of June, a multinational company, Dhruv Tara Limited, gifted 500 laptops worth rupees 50 lakhs to the trust free of cost for charitable purposes without any intention of seeking any benefit by way of business promotion from such activity. The trust distributed these laptops for the free of cost in the same month to the deprived students for assisting them in their higher studies. The trust also runs a higher secondary school in the name of Manavta Higher Secondary School in the state of Gujarat. In the month of July, the trust availed security personnel services from Perfect Security Solutions, Gujarat, a proprietary concern for security of the school premises for a consideration of rupees 2 lakh. It is also received legal consultancy services from Maya and Company, a firm of advocates for the issuing related to said school for rupees 1,20,000 in the same month. The trust furnished the following information regarding the expenses incurred by it in the month of August, all transactions being interstate. Point number 1, services received and used for supplying taxable outward supplies 3,50,000. Catering services received for students of Manavta Higher Secondary School 2 lakh rupees. The last one, bus purchased with seating capacity of 25 persons including driver 10,50,000. Bus was delivered in the first week of September. The trust provided the following information in respect of the service provided by it during the month of August. 1. It runs an old age home for citizens aged 65 years and more. Nominal monthly charges of rupees 15,000 for boarding, lodging and maintenance are charged from each member. The total number of members 20. Point number 2. It rents out a community hall situated within the precinct of a temple managed by it on 15th August for a religious function in the first half 5,000 and an art exhibition in the second half for rupees 6,000. That means in one day, first half 5,000 and second half 6,000, totally 11,000. Finally, it rents out the room in the precinct of the said temple to the devotees for the rent of rupees 950 per room per day. The rent collected in the month of August amounted to rupees 35,000. All the figures given above are exclusive of taxes wherever applicable. Aggregate turnover of the trust for the preceding financial year was 15 lakh. All the conditions necessary for availing the ITC are fulfilled subject to the information given the trust intend to avail exemption from wherever applicable under the GST law. Based on the facts of the case scenario given above, choose the most appropriate answer to the question number 1 to question number 5. So there are 5 questions are given for this particular MCQs. So let us start first one. Referring now question number 1. Which of the following activities of the trust does not amount to supply under the GST? They are asking which are the does not amount to supply. Here if you refer A, B, C, D given. A, free laptops distributed to the deprived students, which is no consideration. Of course, not a related parties. Therefore, not covered under Schedule 1. And moreover, availing of input tax kit asset does not arise because they have received the asset and gift. Therefore, no GST have suffered, no ITC. So, in total, this point number A not covered under Schedule 1. And for no consideration, not cover Schedule 1. It is not a supply. It is not a supply. The other B, C, D if you refer, boarding, lodging, maintenance, senior citizens is exempt supply. Renting of community hall situated within the precinct of the temple managed by the trust, it is may be exempted if not taxable. Renting of rooms also be precinct the temple managed by the trust is exempt if the amount not exceeding per day per room below 1000, then qualify exemption, otherwise taxable. So in the given scenario, point number A gives clear cut impression, free laptops distributed to the deprived students for no consideration and also be not covered under Schedule 1, resultantly not a supply. The right answer here is answer A for the question number 1. Question number 2 reading as follows. Compute the value of inward supplies on which the tax is payable by the trust under the reverse charge for the month of July. 2 lakh rupees, 3 lakh 20,000 rupees, and for the B, C, there are C, 1 lakh 20,000 rupees, D, nil. Which is the right answer? If you refer here, what the question asking here? Inward supplies, compute the value of inward supplies on which tax payable by the trust under the reverse charge. What is the RCM value of supply they are asking? If you refer here, they receive the services. What are the services they received here? Means in the month of July, Manvata Higher Secondary School received 1. Security services. Security service provided to the school in their premises is qualified from exemption under the charitable sector in a regulation we referred. Therefore, this 2 lakh rupees is absolutely exempt. Coming to the Maya and Company provided services to the trust to the school, which is 1 lakh 20,000 rupees. Advocate services, form of advocate services to a business entity also be exempted if the business entity turnover in the previous year does not exceed threshold limit for registration. If you refer here first para, they have not registered in the previous year under the GST because the turnover was how much they mentioned here. The turnover is they very clearly said that in the given case previous year turnover here not exceed threshold limit, therefore not got registered. If you refer the Manvata Trust previous year, they are additional person because the threshold limit not exceeded for registration. Therefore, any advocate services, form of advocate services or senior advocate services, arbitral tribunal services to business entity also be exempted if the business entity turnover in the previous year not exceeded threshold limit for registration. The initial person in the previous year. Therefore, in the given case, the Maya and Company, a firm of advocates providing service for 1 lakh 20,000 rupees is also exempt from the payment of GST. That means inward supply is nil taxable under given case. Resultantly, in the given case, point number 2 here, answer is D, right answer. There is no RCM where applicable for Manvata Trust in the given case. Right answer here is answer is D. Question number 3. Compute the value of exempt supply made by the trust for the month of August. Outward supply, how much is exempted supply? What value exempted? They given the list of supplies in the month of August. They provided services. What are the services they provided? one by one here, referring here. Point number 1. It runs an old age home for citizens aged 65 years or more. Nominal monthly charges 15,000 for boarding, lodging, maintenance. That means the old age home service provided to a resident where the value per month per member up to rupees 25,000 is exempted. Here how much they charged? Only 15 rupees. Therefore it is exempted. What is the value here exempted? Total value for 20 members. That means 15,000 into 20 members. 15,000 into 20 members is equal to 3 lakh rupees. Is the value of exempted supply we got here. Further, point number 2. It rents out a community hall situated within the precincts of the temple managed by it on 15th August to a religious function in the first half of the day 5,000 rupees and for the next half of the day for exhibition rupees 6,000. Community hall they given, which is totally 11,000 rupees. This 11 rupees is more than 10,000 rupees. That means community hall, open area, space if let out by the institution registered under section 12A or 12AB of the income tax or section 1023 BBA of the income tax act or section 1023 C subclass 5 of the income tax act, if being a religious place meant for the general public, if that religious place meant for general public, giving for their precinct open area where the value per day less than 10,000 only exempted. Here it is per day, first half of the day 5,000, second half of the day is 6,000, together per day is rupees 11,000. Therefore it is taxable. It is taxable. Further, point number 3. It rents out the room for the precinct of the said temple to devotees for rent rupees 950, means per day per room they given less than rupees 1,000, qualify exemption. So total value of rupees 35,000 rupees is exempted. So they have provided 2 supplies are got exempted here. One is 3 lakh rupees exempted, other one is 35,000. Total exemption here value is 3,35,000 is exempted. Got the clarity? If so, where is matching here? Refer here. 3,35,000 rupees. The right answer in the given case is C. Got the clarity? Further, question number 4. Compute the value of taxable supply made by the trust for the month of August. Taxable supplies. Just now we come across no that particular 5 rupees half of the day for one particular religious function, then balance 600 rupees for the second half of the day to a particular what we called commercial activities, whatever may be per day. They charged how much? 11,000, which is 10,000 and above. Therefore taxable. 11,000 rupees is taxable here. Just now I refer this point to you in the above. Here I refer to my dear friends for information. This particular point number 2, 11 rupees taxable. So output supply is 11 rupees. A, B, C, D. In the given case, question number 4, answer is B. 11 rupees taxable. Coming to the point number 5. Determine the amount of ITC that can be rendered, that can be credited to the electronic credit ledger of the trust in the month of August, assuming the GST to be 18%. So what are the inward supply on which they qualify for input tax credit in the month of August? That is important to note. Therefore, referring here, they received inward supplies. They said no here. If refer, they incurred expenditure, they received the services and goods. Service received by use and used for supplying taxable over supply. How much? 3,50,000. On 3,50,000, 18%. On 3,50,000, 18% is equal to how much comes? 63,000 rupees is the value of ITC. One of the ITC here. Thereafter, catering service received for students Manvata Higher Secondary School. Actually, it is exempted supply. Whoever may provide catering services, including midday meals to the preschool or higher secondary school, qualify from exemption. Are you aware of that? Point number 3. Bus purchase with seating capacity 25 persons, including driver, 10 lakh rupees. Bus was delivered in the first week of September. I am finding out a input tax credit into the electronic credit ledger in the month of August, not in the month of September. For September month, this will be qualify for credit. In the month of August, only 63,000 rupees is the credit eligible for the given Manvata trust. As a result, referring to you here, question number 5. What is the value here? Qualified to electronic credit ledger in the Manvata trust account means 63,000. So right answer here is 63,000. Namely, answer here is Point number B is the right answer. Got the clarity, my dear friends? Further referring to you. Case scenario 2. Case scenario 2. Reading as follows. Bali Bells Limited, hereinafter referred to as Bali Bells, a private limited company registered in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, provides the following outward supplies in the month of September. Intrastate outward supply, taxable, exempted, 40 lakhs, 15 lakhs. Interstate outward supply is 30 lakhs taxable, 10 lakhs exempted. Bali Bells sold land for 2 crores excluding the GST in the month of September. Bali Bells purchased one heavy steel machinery in the month of September for rupees 1 lakh excluding the GST 18%. Bali Bells capitalized the value of the machinery along with the GST paid on the same in the books of account and claimed depreciation on such capitalized value as per the Income Tax Act 1961. Apart from this, on a tax invoice dated 25th July of the previous financial year with respect to an inward supply of rupees 50,000 excluding the GST 18%, the company has not availed the ITC yet. Bali Bells made a supply during the month of November, details of which are as follows. Basic price of the product before TCS under the Income Tax Act 45,000 rupees. Tax collected at source under the Income Tax Act 1961 2,500. It received a subsidy of rupees 3,500 rupees from Bharat Foundation Private Limited for use of green energy, and the subsidy was linked to the units of energy saved and not for the aforesaid product. Bali Bells has not furnished its annual return for preceding financial year till the end of the November and will furnish it in the month of December of the current financial year. Assume that there is no other outward inward supply transaction apart from the aforesaid transaction. In the month of September, October and November, all the amounts given above are exclusive of taxes unless otherwise specified. Based on the facts of the case scenario given above, choose the most appropriate answer to question number 1 to 4 below. See what a comprehensive case study it is. Easy to answer, don't worry. They're asking what here? Determine the aggregate turnover of Bali for the month of September. What is September aggregate turnover here? They given September month turnover. Aggregate turnover, taxable plus exempted. Here taxable plus exempted. 40 plus 15 lakhs. Therefore here how much? 55 lakhs. Thereafter here it is 40 lakhs. 10 lakhs and 30 lakhs. 40 lakhs. Total got here how much? 95 lakhs. These 2 crores they sold the land. Land is neither goods nor services. Supply excludes. Therefore should not consider in the aggregate turnover. Therefore total turnover is how much? In the month of September means they said here only 95 lakhs. So 95 lakhs, where the matching here? See answer B. So right answer here is B, 95 lakhs. Point number 2. Bali Bells wants to avail ITC on the GST paid of the heavy steel machinery purchased in September. Which of the following statement is true in this regard? Sir, they purchased the heavy duty machine for the month in the month of September 1 lakh. GST 18%. Bali Bells capitalized the value. That means they what they did here, no, 1 lakh the value of the particular value 1 lakh plus GST. What percent they said? 18% they said, which is 18,000. 1,18,000 has been taken for depreciation under the Income Tax Act, capitalized on the entire value. Then this is not qualified for ITC. Not qualify for ITC, or I can say no ITC. What is no ITC here? The no ITC here is rupees 18,000, no ITC. Reason, they capitalize the asset including GST part and claim the depreciation of the Income Tax Act as per section 16, section 3 of the CGST Act. If you capitalize the GST and capital goods, that GST is not qualified for ITC, so no ITC. So in the given case, 1 lakh rupee exclusive of GST. Fine. So in that case, what is the right answer here? Referring to point number 2. A. ITC and the machinery cannot be availed since the depreciation has been claimed on the GST paid on the machinery under income tax act. Sir, the first answer itself, most appropriate answer. If so, further reading point number B, point number C, point number D is a waste of valuable time in the examination hall. If it's so clear, you got very crystal clear. Answer A is right answer. A, B, C, D. While reading, just read A and got clear and answer it. Not required to read B, C, D if you are very crystal clear with the answer. Thereby you can save the time. Further, question number 3. Bali Bells can claim ITC on input received in July of preceding financial year up to dash of the current financial year. See, one of the, for example, current financial year is, for example, 24-25. That credit not availed in the next year up to 30th November 25, you can avail the ITC. 30th November of the next financial year, you can avail the ITC. So the right answer here is A. Answer is A here. Further, my dear friends, question number 4 means question area 2, MCQ point number 4. Compute the value of supply under the section 15 of the CGST Act made by the Bali Bells in the month of November. In the month of November, they have given the information. Basic price of the machine, how much? 45 rupees. TCS, tax collected source, as per section 206C of the Income Tax Act. This is not a form part of the value of supply. It is not a tax. It is a charge on estimated income set by CBDT. Resultantly, TCS of the Income Tax Act should not be added in the value of supply. Therefore, this is not going to add. Further, subsidy received from a person and the government addable, provided if it is directly linked with the product or service. Here they said it was linked to the units of energy saved and not for the aforesaid product. If it is a subsidy not related to, directly not related to the product or service, that subsidy from whoever may be paid or from whom may be received not addable. Therefore, the value of supply as per section 15 of the CGST, 45,000 rupees only in the given case. Question number 4, 45 rupees. The right answer here is answer A is the right answer. Got the clarity, my dear friends? So like that you can answer if you know the provisions in hand. Further referring to you here, case scenario 3. ABC Limited has its manufacturing unit in the state of Rajasthan. Further, it has ancillary unit in the state of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat and is registered in each of these states. Moreover, ABC Limited owns and operates a hotel in Udaipur, Rajasthan. In addition to the aforesaid, ABC Limited owns a commercial space which is rented out to a registered person at the monthly rent of rupees 50,000. The maintenance of the premises of the responsibility of ABC Limited in pursuance of the same. During the month of April, ABC Limited incurred certain expenses on the purchase of the maintenance related materials. The said expenses are recoverable from the tenant along with the invoice issued for rent. The rates of the tax applicable on the material used for maintenance was 5%. During the year, ABC Limited agreed to provide the hotel to Mr. X for a business conference to be held in Udaipur. Mr. X is an unlisted person residing in Maharashtra. In addition to the aforesaid maintenance, ABC Limited spent an amount of rupees 5 lakhs on the procurement of certain goods which were distributed as part of the corporate social responsibility (CSR) expenditure required under the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. All amounts are exclusive of the GST wherever applicable. The rate of GST on all inward supply, outward supply is 18% unless otherwise mentioned. Assume that there is no other outward or inward supply transaction apart from the aforesaid transaction. Based on the facts of the case scenario given above, choose the most appropriate answer to question number 1 to 4. Very simple, my dear sir. What is this? Simple. Let us start answering question number 1 by 1. Question number 1. for the transaction related to renting of commercial space, what should be the rate of tax charged by ABC Limited? Here, the rate of GST on the rent and maintenance material related recovery shall be 18%. The rate of GST on rent shall be 18% and the material shall be 5%. No GST shall be charged on the recovery related to the material used in the maintenance. Rate of GST on rent shall be 18%. The rate of GST on the rent and maintenance material recovery shall be 5%. Sir, it is very simple, my dear sir. Composite supply, mixed supply concept is there expecting us to answer. If you refer here, my dear, carefully if you refer, in addition to the aforesaid, ABC owns a commercial space, very good, which is rented out to a registered person at a monthly rent of rupees 50,000. The maintenance of the premises is the responsibility of ABC Limited. In pursuance of the same, during the month of April, ABC Limited incurred certain expenditure on purchase of maintenance related material. So, the said expenditure are recoverable from the tenant along with the invoice issued for the rent. In that case, the rate of tax applicable on the material used for maintenance 5%. Okay, 5% is the inward supply of material which is used for providing maintenance services for the given property by ABC Limited, and the ABC Limited is ultimately given the entire property on rental basis to the tenant. In that case, what is the tax chargeable for the rent main supply? 18%. 18% which is going to apply for the entire supply for the rent as well as maintenance. Renting of a property along with providing of maintenance is a composite supply. The principal supply is renting of property. So the renting of property will apply entire supply at the rate of 18% GST. So what right answer here means? The first one, if you have total GST on rent and maintenance material related recovery shall be 18% is the right answer. The right answer here is answer A. Is it clear, my dear friends? Further referring, question number 2 in case scenario number 3. With respect to the hotel accommodation services provided to Mr. X, GST payable by ABC is dash nil. GST on accommodation service is payable by the recipient Mr. X on reverse charge nil. GST, point number B, nil. GST on accommodation service is provided to an uninsured person is exempt from GST. C, in the nature of CGST, GST, in the nature of IGST. Sir, here again the place of supply plays vital role. Immobile property given for accommodation, hotel accommodation. Place of supply is where the property is located, where the location of the supplier and property is located is the place of supply. In the given case, if you refer, they very clearly said that during the year, ABC Limited agreed to provide a hotel to Mr. X for a business conference to be held in Udaipur. X Limited is an uninsured person residing in Maharashtra. So what? If the property is given on rental, on one accommodation purpose, accommodating conference, where the property is located is the place supply. Location of supply, ABC Limited, where located? They are located where? They said very clearly, ABC Limited located in the state of Rajasthan. Further, it has ancient units in the state of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Okay, fine. So, ABC Limited in the state of Rajasthan, and they are given the property which is located where? Udaipur. Udaipur is located where? In the state of Rajasthan. Udaipur is in the state of Rajasthan. That should be aware of that. Therefore, it is intra-state supply. CGST, SGST will apply. So, it is in the nature of CGST and SGST. Right answer here is C. Got the clarity, my dear friends? Further reading, sir. Question number 3 in case scenario 3, point number 3. Which of the following options is correct with regard to the availability of the ITC to ABC Limited in respect of the GST paid on the procurement of the goods meant for the purpose of corporate social responsibility. Sir, if the goods procured by payment of GST, which is not qualified for ITC because it is a blocked credit. So let's see what is the answer here. A, B, C, D given. No, the amount of it is related to such procurement of the goods is not available to ABC Limited. So the most appropriate answer is A. Answer is A in the given case. Remaining all reading is waste of our time. So is a block credit as we understood in the section 17 subsection 5, procurement of the goods by payment of the GST for corporate social responsibility purpose, which is not allowed ITC. Reading the question number 4, case scenario 4. XYZ Private Limited is a mid-sized company registered in Delhi dealing in the manufacturing and distribution of electronic goods in India. The company has been operating for over a decade and has a robust supply chain network across the country. The company needs to ensure compliance with the various GST regulations relating to the return filing, registration and payment of tax. The company is exploring to expand its sales channel in India through distributors in each state. In view of the same, the company has undertaken the following activities in the month of June. A. Organized a distributor conclave in Udaipur, Rajasthan, where the distributors from Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Madhya Pradesh participated in the conclave held in Rajasthan. The total cost of hotel accommodation was 25 lakh, which was paid by Delhi office to the hotel located in Rajasthan. The company purchased certain gift items for distribution to the participants in the conclave. The gift items were purchased from the vendor located in Ludhiana, Punjab, and were delivered to the hotel in Udaipur, Rajasthan for distribution to the participants of the conclave. The cost of such gift item was 25 lakh. However, the value of individual gift items was restricted to 75,000. C. The company purchased an insurance policy for its employees traveling for the conclave, and the premium for such insurance policy was 1 lakh, which was paid by the company. There is no requirement under any law requiring such insurance policy. Point number D. The company took on rent a new warehouse near its factory in Delhi for storage and dispatch of goods. These goods were being transported between the factory and the new warehouse in non-motorized cart. The value of such goods transported in a single trip is up to 5 lakhs. Further, the rent of warehouse is 8 lakhs for the initial 11 months, and the same shall be revised to 21 lakh after expiry of initial 11 months. The rate of tax applicable is 18% IGST, CGST, SGST 9% each unless otherwise specified. On the basis of the facts given above, choose the most appropriate answer. Question number 1 to question number 5 below. What a great question it is. Very simple, you can answer it. Referring here, which of the following statement is correct under GST in relation to the hotel accommodation service received by the company? First point, which of the following statement is correct under GST in relation to hotel accommodation service received by the company? Now, the hotel shall be charges CGST, SGST on the invoice issued to the company. The hotel shall charge IGST on the invoice issued by the company. C. The hotel shall issue a bill of supply to the company. D. Hotel shall charge CGST to the extent of the charges or related to the participant of Rajasthan, and IGST to the extent charges related to the participant of Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh on issue of invoice to the company. Sorry, in the given case, the first answer is appropriate correct answer. Why, you know, sir? It is a immovable property given for accommodation as per section 12 subsection 3 clause B of the IGST Act, where the property is located in the case of hotel accommodation is the place of supply, where the property located and location of supply also same state. Therefore, CGST, SGST only will apply on the tax invoice issued by the supplier, namely the hotel person. So the right answer in the given case is answer is A. Question number 2 reading as follows. What shall be the place of supply in relation to the gift items purchased by the company? What shall be the place of supply in relation to the gift items purchased by the company? A. Rajasthan, the location where the goods were received. B. Delhi, the principal place of business of the company. C. Punjab, the hotel, the location where the goods were dispatched. D. Permanent location of the participant receiving the gift. Sir, very simple, sir. Here, if you refer the gift item concept, what is they mentioned here? First point number B, they mentioned the company purchased the gift items for distribution to participants in the conclave. The gift items were purchased from the vendor located in Ludhiana, Punjab, supplier from Punjab, and were delivered to the hotel in Udaipur, Rajasthan for distribution of the participant of the conclave. The buyer, who is our client, XYZ Private Limited, registered in Delhi, they purchased the goods from Ludhiana person and directed Ludhiana person to deliver that goods where in the hotel Udaipur, Rajasthan. That means for Ludhiana, Punjab supplier, place of supply is the location of the third person, principal place of the third person. Who is the third person here? The buyer, XYZ Limited of New Delhi. So it is place of supply goes to New Delhi. Location of supplier, Ludhiana, Punjab. It is interstate supply. If you refer here, you understand this. Delhi is a principal place of the business of the company is the right answer in the given case. Answer B. Referring section 10(1) clause B of IGST is the meaning of it. Got the clarity, my dear friends? Question number 3 reading as follows. Which of the following statement is true in relation to the gift items and insurance policy purchased by the company? The company is not eligible to avail the input tax in relation to both gift items and the insurance policy. The company is eligible to avail the input tax related to the gift valuing less than 10,000. See, the company is eligible to avail the input tax only for insurance policy, as the same is provided to employees related to the persons of the company. Point number D. There is no restriction in availment of input tax credit related to the gift and insurance policy. My dear friends, when you purchase the goods and giving a distribution, freely if you give, means as a gift, then ITC not allowed. Second point, in the given case, insurance policy for the employees is a blocked credit unless it is an obligation for the employer to provide to the employee. Therefore, the right answer is A. The company is not eligible to avail the ITC in relation to the both gift items and insurance policy. So, right answer here is A. Further reading, my dear sir. Question number 4 here, MCQ. Which of the following statement is correct in relation to the issuance of e-way bill for transportation of the goods between the factory and the warehouse in non-motorized car? Miss cart. See, here if you transport the goods in a particular non-motorized cart, then e-way bill requirement not applicable. Here referring here, point number A. E-way bill is required to be issued by the company for each instance of the transportation of the goods, irrespective of the consignment value of the goods. E-way bill is not required to be issued by the given irrespective of the consignment value. So the right answer is B. Answer is B, because non-motorized cart means not a motor vehicle. Goods not transported in a motor vehicle. Therefore, in that case, e-way bill does not arise. Right answer is B. Referring to question number 5. Which of the following statement is most appropriate in relation to the new warehouse taken on rent by the company? Which of the following statement is most appropriate in relation to the new warehouse taken on rent by the company? Separate GST registration is not required mandatorily. Separate GST registration is required mandatorily. GST registration is required as a casual taxable person for the term of the rent agreement. Separate GST registration is required once the rent is more than 20 lakhs per annum. Very good question it is. Which of the following statement is most appropriate in the given case? A new warehouse taken on rental basis by the company. Actually, our XYZ company were located from Delhi. Then they taken the warehouse where? They taken the warehouse here, they said in the given case. The company took on rent a new warehouse near its factory in Delhi for storage in separate dispatch. So separate registration not required in the same state. Already they got registered in the Delhi. Again, they have one more warehouse in the Delhi. Why should require separate registration? One registration sufficient for multiple locations within the state or UT. So in that case, in the given case, question number 5 refer. Separate GST registration is not required mandatorily. Therefore, the right answer here is answer A. The right answer here is answer is A. Got the clarity? Referring to now case number 5. Vidula Impex Limited company is engaged in supplying sports goods. The company did not opt for registration with GST. The proper officer and GST based on the inquiry finds that the company is liable for registration and registers the company on temporary basis on 15th June 2023. After being granted the registration certificate, the company avails the following services for the purpose of its business: renting of motor vehicles from Blue Taxi Private Limited, where the GST was charged 12%. Appointed Mr. Rajesh as technical director for advisory role in business, and the payment was made based on the contract entered. However, he was not covered under the any employment contract with the company. During the course of its business, the company is issued an invoice to a customer and erroneously charged a higher value by rupees 34,000. Such invoice was issued on 20th February 2024. Further, in the month of February 2024, the company also granted an e-invoice bill. Repeating, further, in the month of February 2024, the company also generated an e-way bill for interstate transport of goods. However, immediately on generation of e-way bill, the buyer cancelled the order before it was dispatched from the factory for delivery. In the month of March 2024, since the company was incurring heavy losses, it applied for cancellation of registration on 15th March 2024. The order for cancellation was made on 30th March 2024, effecting cancelling the registration with effect from 15th March 2024. On the basis of the facts above, choose the most appropriate answer to question number 1 to question number 5 below. Here, one by one, I am referring here. After the grant of temporary registration, company needs to apply for registration within dash from the date of grant of temporary registration if no extension of period is to be granted for such temporary registration. It is within 90 days. The right answer here is within 90 days. Point number B is the right answer. Question number 2. Which of the following input services are liable to GST and the reverse charge in the hands of the company? Which of the following input services are liable to GST and the reverse charge in the hands of the company? Renting of motor vehicles, directorship services, both A and B, neither A and B. If you refer here, my dear, I would like to bring to notice here, after being granted registration certificate, the company availed the following services for the purpose of its business. So, renting of motor vehicle received from Blue Taxi Private Limited, where GST was charged for 12%. That means is a forward charge. Why forward charge it is? Supply renting of motor vehicle is a body corporate. If that is the case, supplier, you pay the GST. Why the recipient has to pay the GST? So is FCM, not RCM. Point number 2. Appointed Mr. Rajesh as a technical director for advisory role in business, and the payment was made on the contract entered. However, he was not covered under any employment contract with the company. So here what happened? Mr. Rajesh is technical director for advisory role in business, and payment was made based on the contract entered. However, he was not covered under any of the employment contract with the company. Very good. That means a director received provide the services not in the course of employment. In that case, generally that will fall under the RCM because the recipient is a company. So comes under the RCM category, provided if it is not in the course of employment. So let us start here by looking the answers. Here the most appropriate answer in question number 2 is point number B. Directorship services only will come under RCM. So the right answer here is B. Point number 3. Which of the document is required to be issued by the company in respect of the invoice issued on 20th February? Which of the document is required to be issued by the company in respect of the invoices issued on 20th February? A. Debit note, credit note, bill of supply, revised tax invoice. What is the 20th February here in respect of the invoice means? If you refer, my dear, this is relevant point for the given question. During the course of its business, the company issued an invoice to a customer and erroneously charged, means excessively charged, higher value rupees 34,000. Such invoice was issued on 28th February 2024. When they have issued 20th February, before obtaining registration or after obtaining registration? That means after obtaining registration only they issue this particular invoice. Now, if they charge excess, now they have to revise it by giving credit note. So let's see here what is the answer here. So credit note to be issued. Right answer here is credit note. Why and all I have explained elaborated in the regular class. See, if I sell the goods, my recipient is a debit, therefore debit note. If I wanted to reduce that value, I have to issue the credit note. As simple as that. So credit note. Further, question number 4. The company needs to file its final return by GSTR 10, which is within 3 months from the date of cancellation order or from the date of cancellation, whichever is later, within 3 months from the date. See here, if you refer, what is the points mentioned here? This is relevant para. In the given month of March, the company was incurring heavy losses. It applied for cancellation on 15th March. The order for cancellation was made on 30th March, effecting the cancellation registration with effect from 15th March. So, effecting cancellation of registration 15th March 2024 or order of cancellation. Order of cancellation when issued? 30th March 2024. Among these 2 dates, whichever is the order of cancellation or effective date of cancellation, among the two, whichever is later, 30th March 24 is later. From that date, 3 months. So April, May, June. So by 30th of June 2024, you should submit form GSTR 10 final return. 30th of June. So right answer here is D. Within 3 months from the date of cancellation or from the date of effective date of cancellation, whichever is later, from that date within 3 months should submit form GSTR 10 final return. Here 30th June is the right answer. Get the clarity, my dear friends. Question number 5. Which of the following statement is correct in respect of the e-way bill generated for the goods in the month of February for which order was cancelled? Here, once generated e-way bill cannot be cancelled. Sorry, e-way bill can be cancelled within 24 hours of generation. Right answer here is B. If the answer is B perfectly, then not required to read point number C and D. Save the time. As simple as that. Further referring to you. Case scenario 6. Mrs. Diligent Brothers, a partnership firm, is engaged in the restaurant business. It is registered under the Composition Levy Scheme under Section 10(1) of the GST Act for the current financial year. Its turnover in the given state for the month of April was 12 lakhs. It receives new order in the month of May to run a mess facility for supplying food at Vishwas Public School, a higher secondary school, Knowledge Institute of Technology and Engineering College approved by the AICTE and UGC, and Frontline Hospital. It also provides catering services to a Coral Limited company for their annual general meeting. Services was provided on 3rd July, but invoice was not issued by the firm to the company till the end of August. However, payment was received on 25th July, for which bank account was created on 28th July. The turnover of the restaurant business for the current financial year 48 lakhs. Further, from the beginning of this next financial year, Diligent Brothers will close down the restaurant business and will provide services of repairing of air conditioners. However, the firm wishes to continue with composition scheme is if eligible. Mrs. Diligent Brothers undertaken intrastate transactions only. On the basis of the facts given above, choose the most appropriate answer. Question number 1 to question number 5. Very simple. From composition scheme is our favorite topic. Here, point number 1. Compute the tax liability of Diligent Brothers for the month of April. Compute the tax liability of Diligent Brothers for the month of April. What is the tax? Very simple. In the month of April, how much turnover current financial year is turnover for the month is 12 lakhs. 12 lakhs is the for the month of April only they are asking. So CGST 2.5% for composition scheme, SGST 2.5% for composition scheme on 12 lakhs. So on 12 lakhs into 2.5%, CGST 2.5%, SGST rupees 30,000 and 30,000. Total is 60,000. But you have to express the view. CGST 2.5%, SGST 2.5%. 30,000 is the liability for the month of April. So which is the answer here? Here 30,000 rupees CGST, SGST rupees 30,000 rupees. Right answer. The right answer here is answer C. Got the clarity, my difference? Further referring to you. Point number 2. Out of new orders received by the firm in the month of May, which of the following services are exempt under GST? Service provided to Vishwas Public School, service provided to Knowledge Community Technology, service provided to Frontline Hospitals. Combinations A 1 and 3, B 2 and 3, C only 1, D 1 and 2. Only 1, because catering service provided to higher secondary school or provided to preschool only qualify exemption. Therefore, the right answer in the given case here is C. Got the clarity, my friends? Further, point number 3. The time of supply of catering service provided to Coral Limited Company is. The time of supply of catering services provided to a Coral Limited Company. Coral Limited Company, if you refer here, when they provide the supply of services to Coral Limited, they said here, it provided catering services to Coral Limited Company for the annual general meeting. Service was provided on 3rd July. So, but invoice was not issued by the firm to the company till the end of the August. However, the payment was received on 25th July. So, in that case, 25th July, for which bank account was created. 28th July. See here, that to payment was received 25th July, for which bank account was created on 28th July. So, payment book entry 25th July or book bank entry 28th July, which is earlier, 25th July is the payment date. Compared with the date of completion of service, because invoice not issued within 30 days from the date of the completion of supply of service. Therefore, date of completion of service 3rd July or date of payment 25th July, whichever is earlier, 3rd July is the time of supply for the given case. Answer here, right answer is A, 3rd July. Got the clarity, my friends? Question number 4, referring here. Which of the following statement is most appropriate in respect of the next financial year for diligent brothers? Diligent brothers can continue to avail the composition levy scheme under section 10(1) or 10(2) of the GST Act. B. Diligent brothers is not eligible to avail the composition scheme under section 10(1) or 10(2). So diligent brothers is not eligible to avail the composition scheme under section 10(1) and 10(2), but can avail the benefit of composition levy scheme under 10(2)(a). Further, D. Diligent brothers can neither avail composition scheme under 10(1), 10(2) nor under 10(2)(a). So that is what is the turnover of the previous year for the diligent brothers in the given case. They said here in view of the April month 12 lakhs April month. Thereafter in the month of further in the month of May they provide the following services. Thereafter they said here, if you refer here, thereafter, however, the payment was received. The turnover of the restaurant business for the current financial year is 48 lakhs. Total turnover is 48 lakhs, not exceeded 50 lakhs. As a result, in the next year they want to start a repair services other than restaurant services. So what? So for a service provider other than restaurant can have composition scheme under section 10 subsection 2 capital A, where the turnover in the previous year not exceeded 50 lakhs. In that case, in the current year, the service provider being other than restaurant service provider can opt composition scheme. So the right answer here is as follows. The right answer here is the point number C. Right answer is point number C. What is the point number C? Diligent brothers is not eligible to avail the composition levy scheme under 10(1), 10(2), but can avail the benefit of composition of 10(2)(a) because it is a service provider eligible to opt composition scheme other restaurant provided previous year turnover not exceeded 50 lakhs. Previous turnover, how much they given? Only 48 lakhs. They said no, 48 lakhs only they said. Total turnover. The turnover of the restaurant business for the current financial year 48 lakhs. Is clear, my dear friends? Therefore, not exceed 50 lakhs. Hence, eligible for composition scheme under section 10(2) capital A of the GST. Right answer in the given case here is answer here is C. Is the right answer. Question number 5. Rate GST applicable for service of repairing of air conditioner made by the diligent brothers will be dash, assuming that it intends to pay the tax at the minimum rate applicable. This is what? Point number C is the right answer. Why right answer C? Because 3% CGST, 3% SGST, together 6% under composition scheme. So the right answer here is C. Got the clarity, my dear friends? Further referring, case scenario question number 7. Safe Bank Limited, a small finance bank, was incorporated in April this year. The bank got registered under the GST immediately on its incorporation as a banking company. Safe Bank Limited received software support services free of cost from its head office located in United Kingdom for business purpose in April. Safe Bank Limited provided one high-end laptop worth rupees 50,000 to its new managing director as a gift for discharge of his duties. Initially, the bank opened 125 branches across India covering various states. To secure business, the bank appointed Quick Loan Providers LLP, a direct selling agent, on pan-India basis. The company intended these services. The bank needed the services of recovery agent for various retail and personal loans granted by its branches. For this purpose, the bank appointed Fast Recovery Service Private Limited, a recovery agent on pan-India basis. Safe Bank provides the following details for the month of May in respect of one of its branches. Interest received on term loan 10,75,000, interest received on credit card transaction 6,20,000, interest received on fixed deposit held in with this State Bank of India Mumbai branch 25,000 lakhs, commission received on letter of credit issued 3 lakhs, documentation charges collected from borrowers 1,25,000, sale of foreign exchange to Bank of Rajasthan as authorized dealer 15,60,000. All the amounts given above are exclusive of taxes wherever applicable. All the supplies referred above are intrastate unless specified otherwise. On the basis of the facts given above, choose the most appropriate answer to question number 1 to question number 4 below. They are asking now, which of the following statement is correct under GST law? 1. Receipt of software support services by Safe Bank Limited from head office is supply. 2. Issue of laptop to a new MD as a gift is supply. 3. Receipt of software support services by Safe Bank from head office is not a supply. 4. Issue of laptop to new MD as a gift, not a supply. Now here, most appropriate correct answer, point number 1. Receipt of software service by State Bank of India from its head office is a supply. Yes, supply between distinct person is a supply, even with the consideration. Point number 1. Thereafter, point number 4. Point number 4. What is the point number 4 here? Issue of laptop to a new MD as a gift is not a supply because the value of the gift in a financial year not exceed rupees 50,000 is neither supply of goods nor supply of services, which we understood under the schedule 1. Therefore, here correct statements, given statement is 1 and 4 is the correct statement. 1 and 4 is where is matching? 1 and 4. So the right answer here is B. Answer is the B. 1 and 4 is the right answer. Further, question number 2. In respect of services availed by Safe Bank Limited, the bank shall pay tax and reverse charge for which the following services. In respect of services availed by the State Bank, not State Bank, Safe Bank Limited, the bank shall pay tax and reverse charge for which the following services. What are the services? Reverse charge. Service availed from Quick Loan Providers LLP, service availed from Fast Recovery Services, both A and B. None of the service availed at RCM. Sir, here, which service availed from Quick Loan Providers Private Limited means they received from Quick Loan Services what they received by appointing them on pan India basis direct selling agent. Quick Loan Providers LLP Limited Liability Partnership Firm, a direct selling agent. That means individual is a direct selling agent if provide the services to banking company is a RCM. Got clarity? Next, the bank need the services of recovery agents for various retails and personal loans granted by its branches. For this purpose, Fast Recovery Service has been appointed as a recovery agent. Recovery agent services to the banking company under the RCM, no doubt. But direct selling agent when become a RCM means individual direct selling agent. If they provide the service as an individual, as a their selling of the product of the banking company, then is under RCM. Supplier should be individual direct selling agent. Here they appoint whom? They appoint Quick Loan Providers LLP Limited Liability Partnership Firm is a firm, not an individual. Therefore, direct selling agent services to the bank, not RCM. Recovery agent services to the bank, yes, RCM applies. So which one is the right appropriate answer here? Let us see. Services availed from Fast Recovery Service Private is only under the RCM. Banking company being responsible liable to pay tax. So the right answer here is B is the right answer. Point number 3. Compute the value of exempt supply provided by the branch of the Safe Bank For the month of May, compute the value of exempted supply provided by the branch of Safe Bank Limited for the month of May. So for the month of May, they given here data. Which one is exempted? For the month of May, they given the one of its branch. Interest is exempt. Is exempt. Interest is exempt. Interest is from on credit card is taxable. Is taxable. Taxable. Interest on credit card is taxable. Interest received on fixed deposit held with SBI. Interest received on fixed deposit held with SBI. Interest, that is exempt supply. It is not their supply, it is exempt supply. Interest received is exempted, not taxable. This is money transaction. But interest on credit card is taxable because credit card is not money transaction. You use the credit card, purchase the goods or services. When you repay and delay happen, then the interest will charge. So interest on credit card obviously will attract the GST. Interest on fixed deposit does not attract GST. Interest on term deposit does not attract GST. It is a money transaction. Commission received on letter of credit issued, yes, is taxable. Documentation charges, taxable. Sale of foreign exchange to a bank of Rajasthan, an authorized dealer. A transaction of money exchange between two authorized dealers exempted. Therefore, it will attract the nil of GST, exempt. So what are the exemptions here? Exemption 1, 2, 3. So total how much? 10,75,000 plus 25 lakhs plus 15,60,000. Total 51,35,000. 51,35,000 is exempted supply in the month of May. Let us see where is matching. 51,35,000. Right answer here is, in the given case, is C. Got the clarity? Question number 4, reading as follows. Compute the value of taxable supply made by the branch of the Safe Bank Limited for the month of May. Compute the taxable supply. We already got, no? In the month of May, what we got here? Taxable supply. Here, taxable supply. What are they? Is 1. Thereafter 2, 3. So how much? 6,20,000 plus 3 lakh plus 1,25,000. 1,25,000. 10,45,000 is the taxable supply. Where is the matching here? 10,45,000 is the right answer. Answer this to A is the right answer. Further,